Hey, 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 everybody. Hey. Why can I not hear myself in my own... Alright, okay. Yeah, no, it's there. Right, anyway. We're back in Monifactory. Basically came down here and found some reason I ran out of my ender pearls. Running low on diamonds. No enderman spawning. Getting a little worried. These are all off. So none of these had anything in. So I think we probably ran out of stuff. So what I've done, I've told the Enderman spawner and the Shulker spawner to be priority 2, so that they will run more than the others. So that we should hopefully always get ender pearls. Hey Ava, how's it going? So we should always get ender pearls, and we should always get diamonds at the least. But we may want to maybe get a better extractor and a better, get these better. Get a better chemical reactor, get a better furnace, get a better alloy smelter, so that we're doing more down here, maybe faster. But I mean, I don't think it's slow. I don't think it's necessarily slow. Maybe we just want to do more. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we just run out. But maybe just keeping these two topped up all the time will do it. We'll keep an eye on it. If I need to, I can kick those. I can kick those up. So last time, we had a little rocket ship. We built ourselves a little area where we're going to do some micro mining. So I've flattened this out. I think this is cool. So we're going to get this thing up and running today. So first foray into the micro. So let's have a look at our first foray into the micro. Oh, you, because I've done all of you. That's why. So we need quantum flux. Quantum flux is what we're after. Moon dust, Mars dust, extraterrestrial matter and pulsating crystals, Venus dust, Mercury dust. Okay. So this is easy-ish, but this is easier. But I kind of crushed all my Moon and Mars dust. Oh yeah, while I'm here, let's do this. Right, hang on. Raw. Okay, crushed. Okay, crushed gold. You want to be washed? refined. You get ground. And you also get ground. So you go there. So that's refined. Purified. So you get sifted. You get centrifuged. Yes, you get centrifuge. Bastonite, centrifuge. Magnetite, centrifuge. Fluorite, sifted. Gold is going to be centrifuged. And barite is also centrifuge. So you're producing... oh, you're producing gallium dust. That'll come in. I'm assuming... Right, purified pile of nether quartz. You then get centrifuged. Cool. So I need moon dust. And that is in the macerator, and it's all this stuff. Moonstone, moon cobble, moon sand. You're going to bring back moon sand. So maybe teaching you how to make it out of sand is the thing. And then moon dust, like that, turns into quantum, and that's in assembler. But I need to go and go to the moon. Did I not? Ah, there it is. There we go. Let's just grab a load of this moon sand so that we can make a load of quantum flux. Thanks for the offer. Thanks for, you know, coming by, Ava. But I'm good for the minute. Thanks. Right, let's head back home. Whee! Right, we can throw that in there. There we go. Pick that back up. And now quantum flux. Okay, you are starting to make... I'm going to set you to ender pearls as well, just in case. Yeah, no, I'm good, thanks. I am not interested, sorry. Right, okay, you're crafting those up. So that should have happened there. Quantum flux. Okay. And now we want a steel-plated micro miner. So this is your first micro miner ever. You'll need that phosphorus in the LV field generators. Yes, not the last. These things aren't reusable. This one can get you dense ore, cassiterite ore, redstone ore, nickel ore, ilmenite ore, uranite ore, galena ore, molybdenum ore, moon turf, dilithium, and salt ore. And when equipped with a gemstone sensor, diamond ore, apatite ore, tricalcium ore, tricalcium phosphate ore, and quartzite ore can also be used to bring stellar creation data, but less efficiently than tier 2. Okay, so micro miner tier 1. So I need basic. All right, let's get you crafted. Right, and then a bunch of stuff that we're going to missing. Right, so let's start with this thing. But you want to be using MV. Hang on. Start this again. MV universal circuits. There. There. Ah, idiot. MV universal circuits. There. Right, assembler. Grab those. So now we go micro miner. Let's see what we need now. So we need those basic mining lasers. They are easy enough to make. So next we need LV sensors. So that is you, and then let's get LV universal. That's there. Brass rod now. Brass rod. Brass in the lathe. Surprised I didn't know how to make a brass rod. Basic combustion generator is you. Steel gears. You can go in there. Not in there. Extruder. That one. And then finally, ender pearls. What is it that needs ender pearls here? Just gonna have you craft some ender pearls. Because I'm hoping we'll build a backlog of ender pearls again. But I've got a feeling like snowballs are going to be a problem. And I don't exactly want to set up a fluid solidifier for balls. If I can avoid it. Oh, cool. You're firing off again, producing oxygen. So once we've got this, we can send something off to the microverse. And then we could probably, if we're starting to get all those resources like constantly, probably a good amount of sort of automation we can, or processing we can do. Okay, steel plated micro miner. So what do we do with you? So do we input bus? So we put you and you in there with a chest. So if we send you on its own, you get stellar creation day. Oh, with ultra dense hydrogen. So if we send you with quantum flux, and let's grab a chest. And how much rocket fuel? 2 buckets. We definitely gonna need some of that. Coal tar, I guess? Because we're probably gonna need to... Something will get stuck making this stuff. And we probably also need to sort out that diluted hydrochloric acid, because that's also gonna sit for ages. It's not you. Oh no, you're fine. Is there a maintenance hatch in this? Chest. You've got EV, so you're fine there. Why have you crashed? Come on. You've got rocket fuel. 2 buckets of rocket fuel. Oh, you need 8 buckets. For that. Right, okay. Let's do a couple of things. Let's grab an interface. And a basic card. And a crafting bench. Okay. And let's grab a node. Now I assume if I do this, if I do this, yeah, you get eaten. But if I do this, you don't get eaten. So I need a counting filter. So let's get some iron bars. Let's just grab like 10 of these. Rocket fuel. And then counting filters. One, two. And then let's grab item card. Let's grab 2 of those and 2 fluid cards. And a node. There's the node. There's the item card. There's the other node. Okay, you insert a counting filter, and you are a steel-plated microminer, a chest, and a quantum flux. So you should keep one of those in at all times. You are a fluid card, and you will keep rocket fuel. Two buckets, 3 buckets, 4 buckets, 5 buckets, 6 buckets, 7 buckets, 8 buckets of rocket fuel in there. And then you will extract. And then fluid, extract. So you will extract. So now we go micro, steel-plated microminer. We get a chest, a quantum flux, and just one of those. And then we grab a load of cable. I probably need more. There. Right, then you are there. God, I need like one more cable. So you've got 8 buckets of rocket fuel in you. You've got the microminers. So why aren't you working? What else do we need? What else do we need? Like this is formed. Just says idling. Input hatch, energy bus, output bus is fine. Projector, muffler. Oh, we don't have any power. That's why. I need to get power. Endermen are running, but we're out of ender pearls. Gas prediction. Set you to silver. Power, 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 power. So I need that. I'm gonna need an energy card. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need an 8-bolt. Gonna need an HV. Energy converter. Is there a better way of making that clatherite? Yeah, no. What about resonant ender? Yeah, no, there's only really making it in the extractor. And obviously enderman drops. Pulsating dust. But that's kind of made from that resonant clatherite anyway. Worst comes to worst, I can get some like this stuff. Anyway, let's grab that, and I need vibrant alloy. Now, you have power? Can I reach? There, that's not going to reach. Puff. Right. Energy card. Seriously, did you just, like, go away and bring back all of that? That's kind of insane. And I'm kind of wondering if... Yeah, that's kind of insane. So you're just like, right, okay, here's some rocket fuel. So I'm wondering if what's the best way of doing this? Whether it might be worth basically just putting a storage bus on this and pulling out of it when we need to, and then, like, for the other one. So for this one, make a second one with the gemstone sensor. Right, so what does the tier 2 miner get you? So you're going to get, like, a load of different things. So it's almost like you kind of want a different micro miner, like a second one. End tungstate, or yeah. I mean, that's the tier 12, which is kind of insane. Yeah, I think you just either you do it on demand, or actually I just put a storage thing on this. Because you're ready. How long does this take to run? That's the other thing. Like, how long does this take to run? 25 seconds. That's just insane. So that's running. And because I've kicked it up 13 seconds. And I've got absolute arseloads of stuff there. It's kind of insane. And some of this stuff is going to be useful, some of it probably not. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Let's move you to there so that I can do this. Right, you will partition to that. You will extract only. And you have a really low priority, so you don't even ever try. What's network engineer? 128 channels using devices on the network. Oh, nice. So I can now see 2 lots of cassiterite ore, densine ore, dilithium ore, galena ore. So I can see all these ores. Uranite ore is probably going to be helpful. That's probably going to be really helpful. But I think what I need to do is start auto processing some of this stuff, but also then set up some way of, well, have I got enough dense iron? Have I got enough all this stuff? Maybe I pull it out into drawers. Maybe there's a world in which we pull all that out into drawers instead. Or a chest. Because how many things are in there? This is 16, so there's 14 things here. Maybe there's a world where we pull this into a sophisticated storage chest. Possibly with a voiding upgrade. Let's just work with that, what we've got for the minute. Because I'm definitely gonna need some like auto processing. So that's into the microverse. So we've got that going. So actually, let's do some auto processing of this. Let's set up another area. Maybe let's build it above the oil. Or to the right of the oil here. Yeah, let's build an area where we're going to automatically process everything that comes out of there. How do I get liquid XP? How did I get liquid XP? XP juice. 500, 200. Where's my extractor? Any more extractors? No. I'll do for now. Let's go grab my destruction gadget and let's clear this area. That nearly went very badly. Let's clear this manually. Let's clear this bit manually. Let's be safe. Because that nearly went very badly wrong. I don't think the destruction gadget... Yeah. Oh, it does have an undo. So... it wouldn't have been absolutely awful, but it would have been bad. Right, okay, so we want auto processing coal. I kind of want light gray. Gray. Light gray wool. Light grey stained glass, light grey concrete. Grey concrete. Yeah, maybe bone. Do I go like that? Is that it? Yeah. White dye. Yeah, you are literally just... that's so slow. Grab... Let's... do the black concrete around the edge. Oops, wrong button. This seems like a good... yeah. And here? Clearing that out. There we go. That'll do enough for now. And you go in a mason's workbench. So let's plonk you down there. Right, rusted black concrete, reinforced, railed, hazard, stop we don't like, pillar. Maybe the wired. Like, the railed is not good. Neither is the hazard stuff. Grill, though. That grill might be good. Or the wired. Yeah, I do like this wired stuff. That's why I had a bucket of water on me, because I was playing about with concrete last episode. I had completely forgotten. And then you... Yeah. Just grab a bucket of water. Let's grab my gadgets. So what I do need to do is turn most of this into black concrete. No, come on. It's probably a good way of doing this with a mixer. But this is fine. Right, and now let's break this. Okay. Tell you what, let's do that, and then at least we are. Boone, are you? If you're not here, Boone, are you here? Because I can see what you're saying in Surge's chat. Wired. I see all this shade, Boone. I see all this shade. I am in two places at once. Oh, I need to do this one. I can see. I don't know what you're actually saying. What it's in response to, but yeah, I can see this. I'm listening. I've got that chat up. Right. Black concrete powder. Creepers, grid, maybe just another row of the wired. Like, that looks good. Yeah, so what were you saying about me? Explaining things in interesting ways? Because I'm obviously not watching. While I'm watching chat, I'm obviously not watching that stream. What mod was it? Right. Gray concrete. I actually kind of like the grey concrete powder here. Fair enough. I am gonna need to fill that in though. Let's go grab. Grab a load of dirt here. And we're just gonna fill. Just gonna fill this up so that I can put the grey concrete powder. Oh, he'll test it when he gets to it, yeah. Now the question is, do I want... I don't want black concrete powder there. But I might want grey concrete. Like actual grey concrete. So let's get the black dye. And I should have all the white dye now. I should be able to craft all of that up. And then we're gonna go one more layer. Okay. So I think I want another layer of grey concrete. But let's just grab... Let's just grab this down. So that I can texture this. Grey concrete. Striped grey concrete, hazard grey, grey grill, the stacked grey, grey grid, stop, concrete panel. Let's actually give this a go. Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. I kind of like it. Where is my other grey concrete? This stuff? Yeah, kind of like that. And then do we want some white or do we want some black in there? Like white concrete? We could just do the panel. Or we could do the panel with the concrete. Or do we just have, you know, this grey concrete powder here? I think I want the panel. So let's grab you and grey concrete. Not the reinforced stuff. Not the rusted. This stuff. Yeah, quite like that, because that gives a sort of like a little bevel. And I want that grey concrete panel again. Yeah, I do like. And we'll keep that there. Let's grab like something to wall this. Maybe I just use the black concrete. Like as the wall. Maybe you just are the wall. But I don't want you to be the powder, I want you to be the actual concrete. Where are you? There. I can put you in a chemical dyer with a bucket of water, or I can put you in a fluid tank. Oh, yeah. Let's go grab a tank. Grab this tank. And just do that. Yeah. Same with that. The tank is empty. White concrete powder. Cool, that's a much nicer way of doing that than the alternative. Have I got the option of a trowel? Okay, let's mix. Not tiles, certainly brick. So I'm just going to do this for these, just to cover up some of the wiring here. I mean, we're going to need it eventually. And let's just clear that. And I definitely don't want that in there. It's mostly black here, with a bit of grey in it. Oh, that's just going to be all black. So we'll leave that there. Okay, so let's grab... Can we get a crafting terminal? And some cable. Like, let's have you have a stack of cable. And then I want you to have a basic card in you. I actually want you to have a crafting card. We'll finally teach you how to make a crafting card. How are you doing for... You are slowly going. Endermen have got 60. Shulkers have got... Okay, Slimer filling. Skeleton prediction, I'll set you to 10. So you have those scheduled. I guess you're just taking your time with that. Wait, you're not stuck, are you? Oh, are you making Fluix dust in there? Let's make Fluix dust in the macerator. So we grab one of you, we're gonna grab a bunch of you, we're gonna grab you, grab you. And that can go there. You can go there. Cover. Cable anchor. So let's grab a cable anchor. So you and you are there. Can we just turn you back into grey concrete and maybe... you're like that, aren't you, actually? There we go. Network aesthetics. So we're gonna stick you in there so that we can have things on tap as we need them. Like interfaces. I think we're gonna need... Let's grab you. Grab you. We're gonna need you. We may need export bus. Or do we do this with... Maybe we do it with export bus upgrades? And then we want capacity cards. Interface upgrade. Export upgrade. Acceleration card. You're an assembler set to number 3, so you are there. So the first things I'm gonna need an HV, one of you, and I'm gonna need a macerator. Because I don't know whether I want to do this with interfaces or whether I want to do it with export buses. Because, like, a regular export bus... A regular export bus can do tons. And then if I put a capacity card in it, that's an extra line. So we're probably all right. And you're crafting up all the transistors and stuff. Oh, and then this kicks off. Oh, I guess the sulfuric acid, we suddenly got some space. Nice. But yeah, that capacity card is so much more space than that interface. What happens if I... Right, let's grab this bus. And then we turn it into an advanced. Oh, right, you just have way more space. Okay. Okay, so it's just better than the interface. It's just tons better than that interface. How are you doing for power? Because I wonder if I can power all of this. And where do I want to put these? Do I put them like, do I have a gap behind them so I can see all the wiring, or do I put them up against the walls? I think having them up against the walls makes the most sense. I don't think I'd start them here, though. I think I'd probably start them in the back. Do I get an import bus? Import. Because this is why I was also wondering around interfaces, because I can push directly into the interface, but I'd potentially have to pull from the interface, so might just be better to use an import bus. And I can always get acceleration cards. Right, so that macerator's done. So let's start you there. And glass cable. Glass cable. So here and we're gonna go, just gonna go here. I'm gonna put a node there. Node. And then energy card. Like that. Facade. I've got the facade there. So you're the export boss. You're the import boss. There. Okay, so now we can... right, let's grab the ore. So this cassiterite ore... we're gonna macerate you. And then this is why you need the acceleration card. Just one acceleration card is fine. Okay, so now we got crushed. So you, the next thing to do with you, we can either macerate you again, and then we can centrifuge you, so that's that, or we can take... thermal... So we need an ore washer now. I don't think I have an advanced ore washer at all in... Yeah, no, I don't. So let's grab an ore washer. So we grab one of you. So the recipes for the ore washer are either water or distilled water. So let's grab an export bus. Right, so you are going to want distilled water and crushed cassiterite ore. Okay, and then we grab an import bus and an acceleration card. So are you actually using the... ore washer? Set to 1. Yeah, you're fine, you're fine. And you're having all that pulled out. So what we're producing is purified cassiterite ore. So now what we do with you is we thermal centrifuge you. I bet I don't have... Yeah. So thermal centrifuge. Let's grab one of those. It's cool that these just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna fire all these off. We should finish these. Getting to this is probably the aim. So let's just pin all of these so that we know what we're doing. All right, thermal centrifuge. Okay. Import bus, export bus, capacity card. Grab those. And then just do that so I've got some space back here to work. Import bus, acceleration card, cable, export bus there, purified casterite. Nice, nice, nice. So you're getting us refined casterite ore and bismuth dust. And then refined casterite ore. What do we do with you? So you go back in there. Okay, so that's the... So you give us tin dust and stone dust. You give us tin dust and stone dust. You're giving us bismuth dust. I think I leave you like that. I think that's fine. Okay, so that is... Because I don't think we do fine cast. Yeah, so we could centrifuge you. But it's better to thermal centrifuge you and then macerate you again. Yeah, because that gets us a chance of bismuth. That gets us a chance of bismuth. The other option is to macerate you and macerate you again, and that gets us tin. I think this is more interesting. Yeah, this is a better route. And then this casterite dust. Later we can electrolyze. But I'm not going to worry about it. Because you need to do it in blocks of 3. So that gets annoying. So that's the casterite dust. So let's take a look at... Let's take a look at the uranite ore. So uranite ore is going in there. Like, no question about that. That goes into the macerator, we get crushed. Right, crushed. The crushed stuff then presumably gets washed. So you go into the ore washer and we get purified, which gets purified. Okay, so purified, you give us thorium and you give us refined. And then the refined... goes into there. Right. Item card. Dust. And I want like a stack of that there. Okay, and then so you on the up. I want a basic filter of that. And you are going to extract that. Yeah, and that's just going to constantly fill you with that. Yeah. Nice. Nice. So you shouldn't worry about ender pearls as much anymore. Eventually you will fill up. Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, because you make the clathrite from the nether quartz and the other stuff, yeah. That's fine. I'm at maximum potential. Hey, Chaos. What am I doing? I am trying to handle automatically processing a ton of ore that I'm getting from my micro miner. So uranite is being handled now. So uranite's being handled. Nickel is next. So let's do nickel now. So nickel goes in there. And then you in the macerator are making crushed nickel ore. Crushed nickel ore. So you get washed in there, and then you make me purified nickel ore. Purified nickel ore. Which then gets me refined nickel ore, which then goes back in there. And that gets me nickel dust, and it gets me platinum dust. The fact that it also gets me platinum dust is kind of cool. Maybe I should make a separate macerator for the refined stuff. Let's just grab a machine controller. And let's just grab a lever. So in this mode, the cover will require a signal greater than 1 to run. So you are currently disabled, now you are enabled. Okay. This means we're not going to waste we could also rocket fuel because we need 8 buckets. Let's grab a second thing of it. And I will grab another macerator. This auto-processing area may have been a bit large for the 4 machines I need here. Right, what's the next? So we set nickel up. Let's set up the dense redstone ore. The dense iron ore. So dense iron ore. Oh, interesting. You're a chemical reactor. That is interesting. So let's get a chemical reactor going as well. I'm gonna need to know how to make nitric acid. Nitric acid. How do we make nitric acid? Nitration mixture, which is sulfuric acid and nitric acid. Yeah, that makes sense. Or we can chemical reactor water, oxygen, nitrogen dioxide. Or nitrogen dioxide and water. Nitrogen dioxide is nitric oxide and oxygen. Nitric oxide is nitrogen dioxide. Is oxygen and ammonia? Or so nitrogen dioxide is nitric oxide, liquid and or air. You need to be IV. So nitric acid, water and nitrogen dioxide. That's 2 buckets. That's 2 buckets and some nitric oxide. That kind of makes sense. Nitrogen dioxide and nitric oxide. Hang on. Let's do this one. Right, let's make some nitric acid, which means I need nitrogen dioxide. Okay. Nitrogen dioxide. We get nitric oxide and oxygen together. Nitric acid. Need some nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is... Wait, hang on. Nitric oxide. Can I just get some nitric oxide kicked off with dimethyl sulf? Oh, you need IV. Water and ammonia. Chemical reactor. Let's grab one of those. Macerator. Export bus. Import bus. Acceleration card. Import bus. Acceleration card. So refined casterite. Refined casterite. Refined uranite. And refined nickel. Okay, next up. You are my chemical reactor. Export bus, import bus. that. I also need a crafting card. So we'll start with dense iron ore. And nitric acid. And you're a bucket. And then we grab an import bus, cable, acceleration card. So you're always going to be waiting for nitric acid to craft. This one's probably going to take a while. Nitric acid. No, you can craft nitric acid. What are you not doing? Are you trying to craft... Use stocked items. Do not use stocked items. Use stocked items. Like, use stocked items or craft items while exporting. Or only craft. I don't quite get... No, you're crafting nitric acid now. And you're doing it from ammonia. You're doing it from ammonia as well. But you are iron ore. You're going to be crushed iron ore. You're going to be purified iron ore. And you're going to be refined. Could do with a better way of getting coal gas. I'm going to end up with a ton of coal coke, I think. But that is the dense iron ore sorted. So now let's have a look at this ilmenite ore. So you definitely get crushed first. And then crushed. So crushed, you get macerated, then you get washed, then you get thermaled, and then you get macerated again. So yeah, crushed ilmenite, purify ilmenite, and then we refine you. And that gets you ilmenite dust, which we would then how do we feels like we should be able to get titanium out of this. I guess it's this rutile. Yeah, and that gives you titanium tetrachloride, carbon monoxide, titanium tetrachloride. You get the titanium tetrachloride, vinyl acetate, you get polyvinyl acetate, or hot titanium, and then hot titanium gets you titanium. Yeah, so we're going to need that stuff anyway, so... Refining separates the nuclear powers from the non-nuclear powers, yeah. So that's the ilmenite. So now let's get galena. Do I know how to craft? Have I told it how to craft a travel anchor yet? Travel anchor, no. Let's teach it how to make a travel anchor. Literally centrifuge tech. Oh, as in you are a literal centrifuge tech? Or that this is literal centrifuge tech? Right. Travel anchor? Travel anchor. Because I'm slowly getting annoyed with having to run over there. Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Centrifuge tech is needed to make nuclear bombs. It's the last bit of refining, yeah. I mean, we have a thermal centrifuge going. You know? That's happening here, the thermal centrifuge. Yeah, don't let Iran... Yeah. So we're just going to put you here, and we're going to call you ore processing. And I think I can do... I thought there's a way to hide you. Oh, right, okay, no. That's the, yeah, I thought there was a way to, like, mask the travel anchor. But I guess not. So, Galena ore. So, you go into there. You then give me crushed Galena. Okay. Crushed Galena. So you presumably then give me purified Galena. And then you will be refined. And that will give me Galena dust, which we eventually either turn into lead or sulfur, or we potentially mix. We can mix it with oxygen to get massicot dust, silver nuggets. I don't know what we use massicot dust for. I don't think we use that for anything. Eventually we just... I guess we just electrolyze it to split it out. I suppose it means we can get... We're actually getting the silver out of that. Or we're getting silver out of that somehow. That's mad. So we can go over to rocketry now. So we've got ilmenite processing. I haven't done redstone. Galena is processing. Let's do salt. Right, salt. Salt is going to be different. So salt we crush first. So we crush salt. And then we take the crushed salt ore and we wash it. Crushed salt ore. So we're still going to wash that. So that gets us purified salt ore. Now, is it worth... Like, flawless salt gives us salt. And that gives us salt. Which we can mix to make salt water. Like, is there a point of doing it in the sifter? Gets us rock salt. And that gets us purified piles of rock salt. And then rock salt. We can wash. rock salt we can then just centrifuge into regular rock salt. And borax dust. So, yeah, maybe there is a point here to get the sifter. Right, so let's grab a sifter. And you're going to take a chunk of time, but that's going to mean that, so like salt water. So you can make salt water with a gas tier, but you can also make salt water with water, with salt. I think I prefer that to gas tiering it. That's 12,000 EU. That's like, yeah, 208. So I think that's a better version. Alright, so we're gonna grab you. Grab you, grab you. Grab one of you, and one of you. Okay, and then salt. So it's purified salt ore. Purified salt ore. Purified salt ore. Okay, that can go in there. I set you on to doing salt. Oops. Because I need to know what to do with that rock salt as well. Rock salt. I can just grind you into that rock salt. Oh, nice. You're a good way of making hydrochloric acid as well. And chlorine. So I'm actually gonna add you to that. Oh, crushed salt ore. Let's make sure you fire off. Purified salt ore there. And then a purified pile of salt. Purified pile of salt. That's when we centrifuge you. Grab an advanced centrifuge. And what are we doing with this rock salt again? We're not gonna compress you. We're not gonna turn you into flawless. We're just gonna macerate you in this one. Yeah, you're very slow because you're not doing huge amounts of that. How are we crafting chlorine at the minute? How are we crafting chlorine? Chlorine is hydrogen and sodium dioxide with salt water. Yeah, the fall on the teleport. I missed it there. I missed the I missed the thing. So you 1 bucket of chlorine. So you're a bucket of salt water gives me chlorine, hydrogen, sodium hydroxide. But I can do raw platinum powder, calcium chloride dust. So I can do salt, gives me chlorine there. And rock salt gives me potassium and chlorine. But this is fine. Like in the electrolyzer. Where's my salt water? So I can actually make salt water better with the mixer. I like the idea of a teleport issue where taller people bump their heads on spawn. Yeah, that'd be quite funny. It's like, oh, ow. Get kind of annoying for after a while, but you know what? Yes. Mixer, mixer. Which one's a mixer? You're a mixer. And you're a mixer. So let's make salt water. And then chlorine. So you just salt water and you make hydrogen gas and you get sodium hydroxide dust. Like, that's pretty easy. One salt water gives you 1 bucket of chlorine. I know this ship like the back of my hand. Yeah, what I did was, I think I was aiming like that and accidentally like shifted it or something. Right, centrifuge. That. Goodbye, bucket. Goodbye, bucket. That. We need those. Don't need crafting cards. It's some sort of salt. It's purified piles of salt. That's what I'm exporting here. And you're going to give borax dust. And I don't know whether I care. Do I care enough about borax dust? So what can I do with borax dust? I can electrolyze the crap out of it to get boron and sodium. Yeah, so I don't think I do anything automated with this, because I don't want to have to try and figure out how to do 23 at once. And it mostly just gets me oxygen and water. Like, a lot of water. Can I do anything with tiny piles of borax? Nothing. Okay. Now, speaking of Scotty, let's handle dilithium ore. So dilithium gets ground into crushed dilithium. Then crushed dilithium goes into the washer. Crushed dilithium ore into the washer. Crushed dilithium ore gives purified dilithium ore. Purified dilithium ore goes into the thermal centrifuge. should give refined dilithium ore. Which then goes into a macerator, refined dilithium ore. Which gives me dilithium dust and platinum dust. And then dilithium crystal in an autoclave. I can electrolyze it into lithium, or I can make hot naquita fuel crystals if I've got some crude naquita. What do I do with dilithium crystals? Oh, later on I need them for this stuff. Okay, so that's dilithium. So with all that going, I probably don't need... Who produces me nickel? Right, zombies. I probably don't need zombies. Enderman I need... Yeah, I don't really need Enderman either. I can reduce your priority to 0 now. Blaze. Witches. Right. Could I have turned them off with a lever? Just check. So I don't need zombies because I've got so much iron there. Lead. Lead comes from wither skellies. So I don't need wither skellies as much. So iron, lead, nickel. I think nickel's coming from something else as well. Nickel. Nickel is coming from slimes. So we can take the slimes out. Tier 1 micro miner. Iron ore, tin. Okay, who was bringing me tin? Who brings me tin? Skeletons bring me tin. So I don't need to run the skeletons. Okay, and then so tin, that's redstone, nickel. Ilmenite is titanium, uranite is that, galena is lead, moon sand, dilithium. So molybdenum. Okay, so molybdenum gives crushed molybdenum. Molybdenum. Crushed. So crushed. So that gives us purified. Wait, did I say molybdenum? Yeah, so purified. Thermal. Purified. And that gives us refined. Which then gives us the dust. And I can smelt that, I can mix it. I can alloy it. Okay. So the last thing to process is redstone ore. So redstone ore, we macerate. And that gives us crushed redstone ore. Crushed redstone ore, we then wash. Crushed redstone ore, which gives us purified redstone ore, gives us refined redstone ore, and that gives us redstone and glowstone. So we probably can take witches out as well. Yeah, let's take witches out. Wither data. We can't quite get. Can't quite craft the wither star, the nether star yet. What can we use coal tar for? So we can distill it into creosote. Creosote. What's making us our creosote is coal tar, isn't it? Lubricant with creosote. I'm probably distilling. Coal tar gets me creosote. How else do I get creosote? Wood pulp. Yeah, let's go. MV hatch. Now I just heard. Did I hear that right? I definitely heard a wandering trader, which is odd because they shouldn't be around. Right, coal tar. We can get from distilling coal gas. Coal tar. Comes from distilling coal gas. Oh yeah, and that's where we're also getting the ammonia. Yeah, so we'll put you in there so that we can actually make the coal tar if we need to. And actually, liquid nether air is freezing nether air. But we're not quite there because we need. So you're still going to be. Let's see how you're crafting me nitric acid now. So you're still going to craft me. You're going to craft me the coal tar. And then you're going to craft me this coal gas. it's the coal gases. Yeah, get. Yeah. What's the comments? I totally accept comments and whatnot. Because sometimes things go wrong and nobody tells me, or I don't notice. So go ahead. Ba 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 ba. You're listening to multiple things. I need everything but me at 10% to hear me. I'm a bit quiet. So if I turn my volume up to 100% there, I'm sort of peaking in OBS, and that is really loud in my ears. So that sort of peaks in OBS, because that's using the broadcast. So I turn my voice down to there so that OBS is only hitting the green or only just in the yellow. Yeah, so this is in my green. If I turn it down to here, I'm still in the green in OBS. I mean, I can turn. So if I turn OBS up a bit, like add some decibels to like. If I were to set that to 30, to 3. Or like if I set that to 10, that's sort of peaking in OBS. So if I set that down to 7, 5, 4.6, so like I'm just, yeah. So I'm in my OBS range. I'm sort of sitting in the middle of the yellow here. The other option is that I turn the gain up on the mic a little bit, so it's more like that. And I can turn the game down a little bit. So there's that. So I don't know if that's any better. That still feels really loud. Yeah, that. Let me turn OBS back down. Yeah, so that's back. That's where it's comfortable, sort of, for me, in my own ears. I mean, I can probably turn my own headphones up a little bit, and that probably helps. Now, if I turn my headphones down, that reduces my own gain. Then I could do that. How about that? There we go. Maybe that. No, turn that to there. I've always found it's a little bit weird. But yeah, it's a weird, really weird one. Getting OBS working. Hopefully that's better again. Or back in a good place. Ah, sorry if there's ads. I'll wait until you're back till we're back from the ads. Bum. Crank up the tempo. So you're all processing. They're less jarringly loud with me turned up. Oh, good. Are you back from the ads? So the last thing that I need to do is moon sand. And moon sand just gets macerated. So moon sand just in there, just go get straight macerated. There we go. So I'm tempted to also get an electric smelter in here. And like all the dust that I get out of these, because we're getting like tin dust, we're getting iron dust, we're getting cobalt dust, bismuth dust. So I can either process them here, so automatically take like all the iron dust, because I can craft iron dust up and I can craft some of the dusts. So I don't think we've got mechanism in here. But we have just got a regular smelter. Or we could arc furnace. So, like, if I look at iron dust. So we can smelt it there. Obviously we can chemical react it. But we can plasma scrap it. Oh, that makes raw iron. That's annoying. Be prepared. So if you want to start this, be prepared for this to be grindy, because you know this is not a bad thing. And getting automation, this has taken a long time to get to this automation point. Yeah, we've been working through this quest line for a while. Speaking of this quest line, let's start going down this quest line. So we've got all that going. What can we do? We want to aim towards auto-crafting these things. So we need to get towards the ultimate component. Not the ultimate component, but the ultimate component. Okay, so ultimate components. They're not actually that difficult. We need to know how to craft emerald plate. Emerald plate is... Oh, I can produce... It's a block of emerald. Emerald plate there. Okay, you are there. Cutter. Okay, now we just need uranium plate. I'm more assemble computer, teach computer, Minecraft client player. How long till I get there if I rushed PC, or would I be best to kill the dragon and wander till I have the materials? So, before you can get... So in this, you start with Genesis. This is where you sort of start. Then you get into the factory. You can't really get auto crafting until you're into this chapter, because you need, for auto crafting, you need, if I look at the pattern provider, no, if I just look at patterns, blank patterns, they need HV circuits. Now, depending on how much you're playing, like this took me probably 20 episodes or something. But if you're playing quite a lot, like, and are you... yeah, it's a really good quest book. This server is in Surge's Discord, so if you're in Surge's Discord, there is a thread there. So that's where that is. Uranium plate. Do I have uranium? Do I have uranium? Uranium. Uranium. I don't have uranium. Can I... How does one get uranium? Hot uranium in your area? Yeah. It's if you go into the Discord, it's there. Uranium plate. So it's definitely this uranium. Because it's... Oh, it's uranium-238? Is it uranium-238? Wait, let's go into the microverse. Ultimate component. Don't worry if you can't make these for a while. You'll probably get to them around IV power. Okay. Right, that's probably why. So auto crafting tables. I wonder if I can make an auto crafting table. Let's try for that. Auto crafting. Right, assembler. No, go for it. Like, open Discord. It's like, it's what it's there for. Like, if you're in that Discord, then this is fine. Like, you're welcome in. Oh, I've got plenty of ore. No, just look, just if you go into if you're in Surge's Discord, find the thread, put your name in the spreadsheet, and yeah, you can. All the details are in there. Right, which one is it? It's you that's empty. Okay, and then redstone components. That is fine. Right, a redstone plate. Is a cutter. Right, you are actually gonna have to be like that now. Right, okay. Redstone component. Okay, so the last thing is a crystalline component. Crystalline component. Basic component, advanced component. Crystalline component is a crystalline ingot. Oh god, you need elite crafting for that? Jeez. So okay, so that's gonna take a while. HSSG plate. You need liquid HSSG. So that'll come from HSSG ingots, which is from hot HSSG, which comes from HSSG dust, which needs RTM. Oh yeah, okay, they're not happening anytime soon. So let's just unpin all of these things. It's not happening for a while. So we'll be able to come back to these. But we've got you working, distilling liquid ender air. Maybe what we should do is call it there for, because I've been going for 3 hours. So I'm going to call it there. I may be back tomorrow, but if not, I will definitely be around at the weekend. So thank you for watching, and take care.